My cakes didn't always look the way they do today. I started out just like you, and in this video, I want to show you some of the pictures along my cake journey. Hi, it's Karolyn. If you want to learn how to bake and decorate amazing cakes, then I would love for you to join me by hitting subscribe and the bell. The other day, I just posted on my TikTok, which I don't really do too much TikTok, but I posted on TikTok and also my Instagram account, my progression of cakes from 2002 to 2022. And I got so much positive feedback from it that I wanted to make a video about it. Why'd I say it like that? About it. I tried to post the video on YouTube, but there was music in the background and there was a copyright claim and it didn't allow me to post it. So I thought I would just make a video. And I just want to talk about my journey and let you know that my cakes did not always look like this. It took time, it took practice for me to be able to get to where I am today. So when I first started, I did those shaped pans. I'll just keep putting pictures over here so you can see. You bake the cake in the shaped pan and then you squeeze all those little stars all over it. It was the thing back in the day. And when I did that 3D duck, that was in a 3D cake pan, and I thought that that was pretty special too. But that's where I started. And then after that, I got bitten by the cake bug. Is that the right word? But anyway, I took Wilton courses at like the local craft store. So I would come home and I would practice on cakes. I have my notes here because I wrote down different pictures that I want to put up and show you. So I started with this little, the roses and the leaves spread. Like, look at that. That looks very beginner. When I was practicing basket weaving and also practicing pattern transfers. Look how the icing is bulging out of the center of that cake and that it's like not even going across. So that is just me practicing techniques that I learned from the Wilton class. And then after I started doing Wilton, I had a sheet cake phase. I thought sheet cakes were the best thing and now I don't even make them. They annoy me. But I started, one of my first sheet cakes that I made, my dad ordered this and I miss him so much, rest in peace. But he ordered this cake from me and his friend was moving away and he was like, just do like a road and a car on the road and like have some trees. Look, I bought the car, I put some plastic trees on the side and you know, that's all that I could do at that time. And then I started getting a little better at it. This elephant and the Tinkerbell cake I was pretty proud of as I learned how to do a pattern transfer a little better with the Wilton method, which I actually have a video showing you how I do the pattern transfer doing writing on cake, and I will link that above or below or both or whatever. And they were just pretty simple, basic, like the one with this cross with the flowers and everything, but that was my sheet cake phase. And then I got outside of my comfort zone and started doing tiered cakes. All right, so this is one of the first tiered cakes that I did. Look how it droops down on the corner. Look how I took a Hershey bar, why did I say it like that, a Hershey bar and flipped it over and then wrote on the back the names and the date. And I remember delivering that cake. I didn't even have it supported correctly and it was sliding off the cake board, so it was a mess. And then this one I made for my friend Mandy and John. I didn't know how to do bows. I stinking bought a bow at like the Hallmark store and just plopped it on top because I couldn't figure out how to do it. And then this is the very first wedding cake that I made, and I think it was like back in 2005. My friend asked me to make a wedding cake. I was like, I can't do a wedding cake. She's like, you can do it. Just do it. It doesn't matter what it looks like. She just wants some pink flowers. Again, I didn't know how to do flowers and still don't like doing them to this day. I would rather buy real ones or buy pre-made ones. But I went to the craft store. Look how cheesy those little bunches of flowers are. And I just popped them all around, did some chocolate hearts and just stuck them on the side. But that's all that I could do at that time. And then I started progressing into doing 3D figures because I thought that that's what you had to do when making cakes. I didn't realize that you had options. I much prefer to do 2D flat figures rather than 3D because, case in point, this is a Handy Manny cake. Look at Manny on the top. This is one of my favorite cakes to look at because it's so hysterical. Why are his legs like this long and then his torso's this big? And I remember the girl, she's like, yeah, he fell over on the way when she picked it up on the way to the party, and I think he tumbled down the cake and like destroyed the cake, but I didn't know how to support him in there. I just kind of stuck him on top with his little stumpy legs, and I just don't like doing 3D figures. And also then I started making figures out of Rice Krispies. So this ladybug cake was one of my first cakes that I was really proud of, that I formed the topper out of Rice Krispies, and I thought this is pretty easy to do. Let me do it again. So I did it on this turtle cake, and look how lumpy it is. Right? I couldn't figure out how to cover it right, how to get everything smooth. It was very challenging for me, but now I know how to do it. Now I take a microplane and I shave the Rice Krispies so they're not lumpy, so I can cover them. But I'm telling you, if I didn't make it like this and mess it up, then I wouldn't know how to do it right. So everything that I make is a lesson learned on how to improve for the next time. And then when I started doing tiered cakes, I really didn't know how to mess with the proportions. And I have a video out talking about how to get outside of the box of thinking that you need a 6-inch cake and an 8-inch cake to feed 30 people. So I had these cakes, and if you've seen my videos, you know I keep saying I hate when cakes are short and wide. So if people say, I only want 2 tiers to feed 50 people, and you end up doing an 8-inch and a 10-inch, I would do that because that's what I thought you had to do. But I mean, it doesn't look horrible, but do you see how it's short and it's wide and it's just not very exciting? After I did cakes like this a few times and saw the dimensions were a little off, that's when I started messing around with different sizes of heights of the tiers and trying to get them to be taller and slimmer and look a lot better. And I know I talk about it a lot in some videos, but just to show some of the cakes that I've done that made me miserable, made me want to quit, or made me just hate doing what I was doing. Starting off with the stupid baby bum. I hated this trend. I don't know why people liked it. It was so annoying to me and it was so stupid to me. This and the pregnant belly cakes. Like the pregnant belly cakes, this one actually isn't too bad, but people like the one that had like the foot showing through the belly, and I thought it was so creepy. It was just so weird, and it was a thing for a while and people kept ordering them. I have more pictures, but I was just so annoyed with them I didn't even like looking at them. It stressed me out. And then again, 3D vehicles. So this Scooby-Doo van, the one girl, she begged me, come on, please, you can do it, I know you can. And I took on the order, even though I didn't want to do it, even though I knew it wasn't something I would like to do. I took on the order, and this is how it turned out, and I was so annoyed, and I hated the cake, and I didn't want to do it. And then again, when somebody asked me to do a 3D vehicle, I tried it again. I hated it. It's not fun. It's just not fun to me, so I don't like to do it. Like I've tried it a few times and that was enough for me. And another thing is 3D sculpted cakes. I still need to get namaste about this because this Philly fanatic almost like drove me to jump off of a bridge. The arm kept falling off and the icing was too heavy and I had to deliver it and the proportions are all weird and it was so annoying putting it together. And the picture she showed me when she asked me to do it, I was like, oh yeah, I can do it. You know, and this almost made me quit cake decorating along with Minecraft. This is the cake with all those stupid squares, and someone sent me, you know, and it looked a lot better than this, but a picture of a Minecraft cake. It was a cube and it had all the little squares all over it, and I was like, yeah, sure, I can do it. Hours and hours and hours later, I probably made like $3 an hour, you know, making this stupid cake. So yes, if I never made these cakes, I would never know that I don't like to do stuff like that. I'm kind of all over the place with this, but I just wanted to show you the progression of some of the cakes. So I'm gonna put up the video. I wonder if I can probably get rid of the sound and put up the video so you can see the progression of the cakes that I've done over the last 20 years. And they start out really basic as I'm learning the different techniques. I'm making mistakes, things are crooked, things aren't perfect, and then I start to improve. I get a little bit better. I start getting sharp edges on my buttercream. I start being able to make Rice Krispie decorations that are smooth and learn how to do better 3D figures, and then build cakes taller and do 2D figures and make, you know, like it's a whole progression. And the main thing is I didn't give up. When I hated the cakes, when I thought that they looked ugly, when I thought that I was not good at this, I kept making cakes. I just kept going because every time, like I said, every time I made a mistake, every time I did something that I don't like, I was able to figure out either how to fix the mistake or how to redirect myself and focus on things that I do want to do. So that's why today I'm able to do 2D fondant figures really well. That's why I know I don't like to make flowers. That's why I know I can ice a smooth buttercream cake with my eyes closed. You know, so it is through the practice and the repetition and learning and watching videos, and it's just how you get better just by doing it. So please don't think that I was making all these amazing cakes overnight. I am 20 years into this and I still have a lot to learn, and I still don't love every cake that I make. And I just want you guys to know that we are all on our own cake journey. So if you find yourself looking at pictures and seeing all these amazing creations and feeling like, man, I really suck, I'm never going to be able to do something like that, back off. Bring your focus back to yourself. Take a look back at the cakes you did when you first started. Look at how far you've come and look how far you can go. Right? Use those cakes that you see online as inspiration for, hey, if they can do it, I can do it. But you are on your own cake journey, and I just want to let you know that you're not alone. We all start somewhere. And my favorite tagline, an expert at anything was once a beginner. Michael Jordan picked up a basketball for the first time. He wasn't, you know, this MVP right away. So just give yourself time, be patient with yourself, be kind to yourself, and keep going. And I will keep posting videos for you to help you along your cake journey. So I think that is it. I hope that helped you guys out. If you have any other questions or comments, leave them below. And you can follow me on social media, and I have my website. Everything is listed in the description below as well. And if you want to stick around, you can watch these 2 videos next and hit subscribe and the bell if you haven't already. Please like this video if you liked it. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, it's cake. Have fun. I will see you on the next one. Bye.